Welcome everybody one more time to Gente of Dominaria United. You know I'm a big fan of human tribal and I always try to experiment it. I had one of my most successful videos were human decks. Most likely a lot of you came from there. This time in Dominaria I decided to take time with it to experiment a little bit more, and this is the build that I come up with. Upfront, small information, check out my breakdown part to see the final conclusion if I would recommend this deck or not and what changes I would maybe include to improve this deck a little bit further. What is this deck all about? Well, we are playing of course humans, but also we bring in a little bit of soldier synergies into our deck because our Valiant Veteran is a core soldier, so he's not playing in a human synergy, but he's playing a big role in a soldier synergy where we actually try to go bigger and wider. And this deck is built around to get everything wide and big, and if you're concerned about the win rate against mono black, I recommend you to check here now in your top right corner how we perform against mono black, because we have some amazing tools and some really powerful cards with things like Thalia and things like Anointed Peacekeeper, who can also name a card that is not in your opponent's hand to tax it a little bit to make your deck feels a little bit more safer to play. If you're on turn 5 and name mid hook if opponent is empty-handed, you are on a safe spot because we are usually so wide that invoke despair will not be enough. Another amazing addition here is the Protect of Negotiators, a 2 mana with kicker counterspell that plays really good in the go wide synergy. It says it's instant of course because it's a counterspell, has a kicker for 1 and a white, and says if it was kicked we create a 1/1 soldier and then we counter target spell, doesn't matter if it's creature, non-creature spell, unless the opponent pays 1 for each creature we control. So if we kick it we have already 1 creature on the board, and if we have a wider board that is easy possible with our deck, we can easily counter one of the biggest spells my opponent can provide, even if they have a lot of mana or ramp. Then another really nice inclusion here is the King Daryl. Plays amazing in the synergy with humans, plays amazing in the synergy with soldiers, can create soldiers himself, can grow a little bit and protect the tokens, but we don't have so many tokens. We are not go wide token synergy, we are just go wide human tribal synergy. And you see here maybe 1 copy of Shanna, and Shanna has a really special synergy with life gain, and life gain can be provided by our Dennick of course, and because we can find her also with our Sigarda because this is a human, and this is why I included only 1 copy of Shanna, because I think she should come in the late game if I know that I can gain life this turn. And of course our human lord Sigarda that I just talked about gives all our humans +1/+1, has flying, has trample, can finish out the games really fast, and can find you the missing pieces that you maybe require to win the game while attacking if it completes the requirements for Coven. And this being said, again, check out the breakdown part for more detailed information about this deck. Otherwise, let's go into the gameplay and have some fun there with our humans. And here we are in our first game of the day against Kayo Mart. Not first game for me, but I need to warn you, today the people are super slow, like super slow. And this end looks good. What is with my audio? Sleeper, sure my friend, sure. Give me all your removals. All your removals. And Thalia, if you have Thalia in the opening hand and something else from 2, always play Thalia, because Thalia is such an amazing possibility. Another land will be amazing because then we could have Katilda, Thalia and Reinforcer in the same turn. But because if I draw a land I could set up a really big attack. But this way we're gonna hold back. The big attack will be play Resolute Reinforcer and turn 3 King Darien. If we will be guaranteed, let's say, turn 3 a land. But we're gonna go a little bit slower way. We're gonna go and play Peacekeeper next turn and see if we text Liliana right or if we will text Schroeder. Because against mono black it's important, you can pump him once, you can pump him twice. I will say you are becoming what? Human cleric, and then he becomes Pyrexian human cleric. Okay. Because Katilda has protection against werewolves, this allows you to block the Graveyard Trespasser non-stop. Like this one, right? Okay, game. Not funny anymore. Cannot block here, but can block there. This will be 3 damage, this will be 6 damage. So I think if I play it like this with Thalia, yeah, is better because Katilda can block. Oh, you see, we taxed Lilia, right? Midhook is taxed 2 currently. He can go for 1 though. Let's play it on Lilia, I would say. Because Liliana currently a Midhook. He top takes another land, he can go Midhook for 1 and delete everything. So let's go on Midhook, huh? Midhook Massacre, done. Until we pump everything, we're gonna do it like this. Because if he top decks a land, will be difficult, right? Because then he can go Midhook for 1. Okay. Look you here. And you wanna level the Wolf Sleeper, right? 1, 2, 3. 1 block is okay. 1 block is okay, this is why Katilda is good. It's good. Has just protection from elbows. You see? A lot of people forget about it. Okay, now finally we have another land. I can play King Darien or I can Reinforcer into King Daryl, right? Do I see it right? Let's play it like this. Let's attack it like this. And we can still play the Reinforcer afterwards. And it doesn't turn to night. Very important interaction here. Ouch. I hear the beep sound in my headset. I don't know if it's in my head or in a headset. Yeah. Underdog? Sure, my friend, sure. Play the underdoggy. Let's see how my opponent wants to attack. No attacks at all? Okay. Let's blink it. Sure. Oh. So I don't want it to turn to night. Can attack. I will just flash this in. And then I can activate King Darien in my opponent's turn. Let's see who's gonna out-aggro who. Lily? But she's text. No? Oh no, she's not text. It's okay. Totally fine.
Nobody knows Dominaria shadows like
Totally fine, my friend. Again, it doesn't turn to night. I can discard it.
We all have things we'd rather.
Discard Katilda. He discards Midhook. Very good. In this board state, Midhook, amazing. Can I activate you? Yes. Everything just got bigger. Let's see what else he has there. Soaring. Soaring. You saw it. You saw it. This deck is good, I'm telling you. This deck does job. This deck goes white, but don't allow the player to prevent me from going white. In this best example, we play against mono black with Midhook, with Lily, with Soaring, with Underdogs, and with Graveyard Trespassers, and we just outvalue it. I would say outvalue. I don't have any other words like out. It's not grinding. We just, our spells are more impactful than his, and this means something if you have more impactful spells than mono black. Against Kunseok. Yeah, the games today are a little bit slower, so also from my side I notice myself being a little bit slow, but it's also because the deck requires a little bit brain power, a little bit thinking on what turn do you play what, how, to consider all the things, because we have some instant spells or some spells that we can cast on our opponent's turn, and some spells that we can cast on our spells, but the order in which one you do it is really important. For example, Veteran, I always want to cast when I have a threatening board, but my opponent is not ready for this board, right? So if they set up some blockers where I know I can, if I play the Veteran, the things that he could block will get bigger. Let's go with the Peacekeeper. I want to see what my opponent has there in the hand. Versary and Adeline, and most likely, I mean, Adeline is a sugar piece for me, so I think Adversary, to tax Adversary is good with this one, and if I can reblink him I will tax the Sierra Paragon, because this is most likely a net deck of, where are you, Interpret Adversary? It's most likely a net deck of mono white. And I didn't attack here because now if he plays Adeline and attacks, he creates a 1/1 token, and I can easily gain more life here because of this 1/1 token than he makes with his attack. Yes. And this is good for me. I like it. Now a counter spell will be nice, just to have the big hitter for big stuff. One to the top, one to the bottom. So one is okay. Will be an interesting matchup against more, let's say, refined mono white, because this mono white version is, I don't know. For me, it's obvious net deck. These two Eiganjos. There is this mono white with 60% win rate on untap, the only mono white version that runs two Eiganjos. There is literally no other reason to play Eiganjo, two of them, because it's like the removal spell from them. Okay, still no. Let's play you. We will start growing our creatures next turn. This is why I want to play out these two. So next turn we can start growing bigger, growing stronger. No attacks. No need to attack. This will gain me 3 life every time he tries to attack. So he needs to do something against it. And as far as I know, this net deck runs only Brutal Cathar as a removal. Totally fine, bro. Okay. I think my opponent tried to figure out how Enlist works. So obviously right now my opponent will try to Eiganjo my Dennick. It will be totally okay, because then I have a flyer to go over the air. Obviously. Ooh, interesting. So we can combo trick my opponent really good. The combat trick will be I attack with Antonio, but then I cannot replay Antonio. So better to do it in his turn, because he can Eiganjo again because of Adeline being legendary. Will allow him to channel it for 2 mana. So this is why I want to do it on my opponent's turn. My opponent will Eiganjo it. Miss out maybe on a land drop because of it, and then I can bounce my own creature back. Are you sure about that? Okay, so you kill you. You block here, and you block here. Not sure what my opponent is trying to do here. This is what I meant. Resolve. Card advantage, ahoy. Oof. Good. Good or not so good? I think it's okay. Let's check what my opponent has there in the hand. Sarah Paragon and Destroy Evil. Destroy Evil currently hits nothing, Sarah Paragon hits something, so let's go for Sarah. Where are you, my friend? Here. Sarah Paragon. Because he just discarded whatchamacallit? The Interpret Adversary. And he top decks another one, huh? Happens, happens. So let's see who needs to bite the dust. Okay. Looking bad so far, but let's see if we can recover from this. So you gonna block here, right? Yes. You gonna block you, and you gonna block you. This is how much? Not enough to kill me. Down to 2? Is there anything else I can draw that is better? Like a Brutal Cathar, maybe? Nope. Okay. Let's play another Katilda. And we're gonna chill. Five mana from my opponent. Some damage here and there. Do I have a chance here? Doesn't look like, right? So if I put you in the way, put you here in the way, put you here in the way, I'm dead, right? 5, yeah. So this will not roll. This way we need to block a different, and we block here, and force to block the hopeful, right? This is 5 to back, yeah, I'm forced to block the hopeful. Oh no, I miscount, but it's okay, it's okay. -1, didn't draw the answers that I needed, this is why it happens. Let's go next. So here we are again against Scurvy. Let's see, yeah, against mono white, I think I need to work a little bit more on the deck. There will be up, but we cannot build our deck to be good against everything, right? There will be always something that is better. Super slow hand, but let's see if we maybe top deck untap source. This will be super good. Yes. Super good untap source. Most likely Thalia will not tax anything because this is 5 color legendary humans. Add the line, sure. So, in this case, let me play you for white and let me check what you have in your hand. Leyline Binding, Eretai. And Lens. If I text Leyline Binding, it doesn't do much. You can play it, or... Sure, let's go for Leyline, right? Because against Eretai I can do something. Where is the... I'm not used that it's here already. And Leyline Binding. Not used that it's currently there, but he can now play Eretai. This is the only play that he has. And this will be okay. Humans, yes. Anything else? So Leyline Binding costs still a bunch. Because 4 mana. Ah, he wants to counter something. It's okay. I can play you, or do I play you and set up something? Or do I play Brutal Cathar? I think I play Brutal Cathar, right? I want him to play Eretai. And this is not a smart play. He should have waited. If I take the line, attack, and then kill my Brutal Cathar, exactly the same effect. Exactly the same effect. But he could maybe kill one of my creature because his Adeline will come back, right? So I think it will be a smarter play for my opponent, but it's okay. Now we have a counter spell for Joda, just in case. Opponent don't have a good attack here. Like, yeah, he can go here. It's not a biggie. This is not a biggie, my friend, because Thalia's first strike reduces it back to 2 toughness, and first strike applies first, so token will die, and she will be again 2 power, as you see it here. Knowledge how the game works, huh? Okay, this is cool. Then we play you and still can open our protectors thingy. Pass. And we're gonna protect against Joda. I think currently Joda is the only thing that can be dangerous for me. The rest, I can outgrow them really, really fast. I just need to top deck something that is growing my things, or untap with Katilda, and then I can start growing things. So, opponent did nothing, okay. So here we have something that grows things, and we have protection open. This is a good top deck. It's not a soldier. Only Thalia is a soldier here, but okay. Can I play you and still keep mana open? Yes, I do. Right, there is blue. There is white, 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 and green. Yeah, I can play Dennick too. That's okay. So we still have our negotiators open, and this is, I think, a really great example for what the Protect the Negotiators can do in our game. So now we have 5-6 creatures, so opponent needs to pay 6 to play around it. And my opponent has 6 mana, but he has nothing for 0. Okay. Sure. Not a biggie. Still can pay because he took Thalia. Thalia reduces the cost, or increases the cost because she's gone. It reduces the cost, obviously. So next turn, Magpie, and then we are good to go. Oof. Don't wanna take the Peacekeeper, to be honest. But maybe he runs sweepers, huh? So let's do that. Let's increase a little bit the tempo, because my opponent is now in a really good reach of mana. So, we keep it, yeah, we keep it. We can use it maybe for something. I can take a peek into opponent's hand now if I want with Protector. I think I'm gonna do that too. Okay. Not a big at all. You cannot...
So too shall Phyrexia ascend.
Okay. Give it to me, my friend. Where is my... What is her name? Samuel completed Saga. Sage. This. How do I write you? Samuel. You completed Sage. She cannot activate her abilities now. These are 5/5 with Vigilance. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why? Why could he do that now? Eh? Yeah, why she could? Why she could activate her? I don't understand why. Here's Joda. But we have still Magpie in the hand, so it's okay. But why Antonio didn't prevent...
You still have a role in
I don't understand it. Is this a bug? This can be only a bug, right? Cost tomorrow to activate unless they're mana abilities, but they are not mana abilities. What the hell are you talking about? Okay. Sure. So obviously Magpie. Take away Jordan. Submit one this time. Then we go how? Go 1, 2 on you and 1 in your face. Yes.
You cannot unwrite what has been written.
Dennick will give me a little bit of protection. And I can still cast Eiganjo. Yes! Oof, legendary humans down. Oof, this was a hard match, huh? Hard match. Let's do another one. So we are ready for our last game against Sir Pablo. Let's see what we are up against, and then we're gonna make a small breakdown. Opponent goes first, and it's okay, it's not the worst hand. Mono black, okay. Let's see if Thalia can do some job here against mono black. Banky. Banky is painful, but not something that is not undefeatable. And I guess mono black is important that we maybe, like, if we go first, it's much easier than if we go second, right? Okay. What do you think my opponent... What do you think my opponent has for 4? Shrewder? Graveyard Trespasser, okay. Cannot counter it. Sure. Katilda will help me against the Trespasser, as we saw it in the previous game, but looks like my opponent has another removal spell. So we're gonna eat the removal like a big boy. Okay. Sleeper, sure. Okay, land. Land is good. Allow me to play or Resolute or counter something. Sure. Autoplay. Don't think that my opponent has something super impactful that I want to counter for 2 mana. But we block here and we block here. Underdog, sure. Wouldn't have countered the underdog. This allows me, yeah, to hold on against the most things that my opponent can offer and still counter something. 5 mana. Invoke Despair maybe? No. Invoke Despair countered. Good. Problem is we don't draw a card now with Sigarda, right? Yeah, so we're gonna chill. Another one, sure. We have 2 of them. Okay, interesting. But my opponent knows. He knows that Sigarda next turn will draw me a card. Okay, thank you. Thanks. Let's see what we top deck here. Oof. Oof. Meat hook is a thing, right? Yeah. Meat hook is a thing. So let's play Antonio for the Meat Hook Massacre. The Meat Hook Massacre. And we can reinforce in the next turn. Painful, huh? That is okay. Pass. Zoom. How do we do that? 1, 2 on you. The 3, I don't really care. Oof, king. The king has spoken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oof. Pass. Okay. End the turn, my friend. Sure, sure. Pass. You cannot access my graveyard, my friend. Yes, and you can also not access your graveyard. These underdogs, I mean. Let's go to the breakdown. I know you liked it, we're gonna check it out there more. Welcome back to our breakdown part. Haven't been doing this for a while, so maybe it will be interesting to hear my opinion on the deck. And yeah, what do I think about this deck? Obviously, I like it a lot. I played it now over maybe pure playtime 3-4 hours. The win rate is also pretty good, but there comes a but. Surprisingly, regarding to the stats, looks like that Magpie made my win rate worse. So maybe for the future or for you, if you are interested into it, run the version that I ran before, and it was without Magpie. So you cut 2 of the Magpies and you add 1 of Antonio the Peacekeeper and 1 of Torrens, the Feast of the Angel. This is what I ran before. Here we have our Torrens, just we'll put it into the sideboard so in case you are wondering what else was there. And let's put a Peacekeeper also there so you know which cards you will put into the addition instead of 2 of Magpies. Because the win rate before was a little bit higher, but the matches that I lost, I felt like I didn't have enough creature interaction. I think this deck don't really need that much creature interaction because we are looking to go wide and big, and this is what the deck does. I don't remember exactly why I added the Magpie, to be honest, but this is the final version that I showed you now in the gameplay, and this is if you like how it interacts. I think I remember, I think I played against some banned planeswalkers or something, and there was Antonio not the best choice or something like this. I'm sorry, I don't remember. Yeah, otherwise I like it really much. I will maybe even run a little bit more Sigarda, but I still need to experiment with this deck. But as I said, I will now continue my run to Diamond with this deck, and I will remove the Magpie and add my Antonio and Torrens back, and then I will see if I maybe make some different additions. Maybe I will cut the Torrens totally, because Torrens had an appearance in 1 game, and there he was really impactful because he produced human soldiers, and they can also train, and we are in our soldier team with our veteran, because yeah, it's just powerful if your token suddenly gets really big, and this is our game plan, and then we can swing for a lot of damage. Yeah, otherwise on this point, mana base is okay. I had maybe 1 or 2 games where I felt like, okay, I'm missing a little bit wide, but I'm fine with it. Counterspell, Protect the Negotiators, super card. Super card in this build, super card. We have creature interaction with Brutal Cathar, and in this case also with Magpie, but as I said, I will cut Magpie. And we have counter spells with our negotiator. It comes amazing, especially if we combine it with Katilda. You saw it maybe turn 1, something like Thalia, turn 2, Katilda, then you have, when the land drop, then you still have mana open to play something else. You can flash in maybe your Reinforcer or some other place, and then the taxes from Thalia is not such a biggie for your protection, because it's just a value play at the end. You can tap your creatures and counter, as we saw in the last game against Mono Black, to invoke despairs, and so on and so on. Yeah, Dennick, super addition, life gain, really important in the current meta, and also Shanna has a small synergy with the life gain to just refill our hand, and this is where my thinking is coming from. Maybe introduce Sigarda more into the deck, so Sigarda can find our Shanna, or maybe 1 more Shanna, but Shanna does not provide so much value on her own because we don't have other life gain synergies here except our Dennick. This is why I would maybe play Sigarda when I know, okay, I can get life, I have the possibility to gain life for Shanna to trigger. I would maybe top deck her with our Sigarda or find her in our top cards. Yeah, otherwise, I hope you enjoyed it, I hope you like it, and yeah, I hope to see you in the next one. I wish you a great weekend, by the way. Tomorrow will be no video, family day, Sunday. I wish you and your family a healthy and beautiful weekend full of joy and health and relaxation and whatever you or your family need. On this spot, thank you for your time and have a great day. Ciao.